Hello, Soul Survivors. This is Smitty. Welcome to my video on building an ammunition factory that will build whatever type of ammunition you want. This is also my first YouTube video, so be kind, or if you're going to be cool, at least be funny. So the whole purpose of making this video is I have scoured YouTube looking for an ammunition factory where I could just dump what I wanted into a hopper or something and just let it spit it out, all the different types of ammunition I wanted, without messing around with logic gates and this, that, and the other, trying to figure everything out. I just want to dump it in and go lazy. So I couldn't find anything to do exactly what I wanted. So I decided to build it myself. And I had a couple of people that I showed it to say, hey man, you should put that on YouTube because there's nothing like it and it's easy. So I'm going to show you what I've done. I'm not going to give you a step-by-step build because this will change based on your specifications, but this is how I've done it. So of course you've got to start out with power. Built a fusion generator here, got it wired to this pole over here, wired to this pole over here, wired to this terminal, and then wired to the hopper and the elevated power junction. Now you don't have to wire yours like this. I did mine this way so that I can go over to the switch over here and just turn it off and turn it on when I want to. So you also don't have to use this giant hopper. You can use the smaller vacuum hopper if you want. I just wanted to use the gigantic hopper for something, so that's what I used it for. First thing that you have to do is you have to make sure the hopper is straight and square. Same thing with the downward ramp and the elevated power junction. It'll take a little finessing to get it under there where it's actually straight and everything, but if it's all straight from there, everything's good from here on out. Now I used that terminal to set the output of the hopper at about 5 seconds per component. And that's important, and it was a lot of trial and error to figure out the timing. But theoretically, every 5 seconds, something should dump out of here. So it goes from there into this component sorter. And here is fertilizer and lead because that's what you're going to use more than anything else. Fertilizer and lead. It's in almost every ammo. So anything possessing fertilizer and lead will come out here to the right because you will need more of that. Anything that does not have fertilizer and lead will come out here, which goes into some of my other ammo types, but I will show you that when we get over there. So the fertilizer and lead components will come down this little left turn here. As you can see, the conveyor belt doesn't show that it's moving, but it's a well-known glitch in Fallout where it's moving even though it doesn't look like it is. And it will come down here to this interval switch right here. And this interval switch is wired to this left diverter right here. So using the same terminal back here, I have this timing set where it will stay closed for 10 seconds and open for 5 seconds. And this forces components over off to the left here to fill up my other ammunition factories. So when it closes just like that, the component will go to the left where it hits this little laser tripwire. The laser tripwire, every time it's hit, the other diverter, as you see, will either close or open. So it'll allow some components to pass through and it will force some components over to the left to direct it to another ammunition factory. Same thing over here. You got the laser tripwire. You've got the components. They hit the laser tripwire. The diverter closes and opens whenever a component hits it, letting some pass through and forcing some over here to the fourth ammunition factory. Now you can see I've also kind of stuck some walls right there because things do kind of come out a little hot sometimes. Now on this side, everything that's not fertilizer and lead will come through. And with my ammunition types, it's basically plastic and copper. So I've got another component sorter here for plastic. Anything plastic will come through here. It will go into the lift, down the ramp, and it will spit out right here where the wall is. Because, like I said, sometimes it comes out a little hot and it wanted to fall off of the track. So I had to stick this wall here to keep it on the conveyor belt. And that will be anything plastic. Oh, I created a spark. Just a second. How do I get rid of that? Oh, yeah. There we go. So it will force it into this other lift, which puts it into the ammunition factory that requires plastic. On the other side, anything else comes out, and I sort mine beforehand. So what ends up coming out of here is copper. Copper goes down the ramp. I've got the walls there again because it was tumbling off the sides. Got the walls at the other side so it doesn't tumble off the edge. Up through the lift where it comes out here. Now, I do suggest you build something where you can get up to these things because the game is a little glitchy. And as you see, things sometimes get stuck and they don't come out here. So you kind of got to come up here and pull them out, but it doesn't happen very often. Usually it's only one per kind of ramp, but it does happen. Now, the other thing with the kind of ammunition factories is you have to have them all on separate power units. So that's why you see four generators wired to four terminals, wired to four different ammunition factories. Because if they're all on the same power unit, then they'll all build the same type of ammunition. So if you want to build different types of ammunition, they have to be on different power units. So each one of these is set to build the power of or build the ammunition that I want it to. It comes down here, it goes in the little ammunition forge. Once again, throw some walls up. Some things sometimes still sneak by, like you see the little dumbbell right here that got by. I may try to wedge a second wall in there to keep that from happening. And it goes into the ammunition factories where you can see it making ammunition. And the beauty of it is you can load everything in there. And here I've got 44, I've got shells, I've got 5.56, I've got 10 millimeter, and I don't have to sort what needs what once I've built it like this. And you can build it to your specifications to sort however you like. I tend to break down everything and just put it in the hopper. So I'll put copper, lead, plastic, fertilizer broken down in the hopper. But you can just put junk in here and allow it to sort it for you. If you were going to do that, you'd need another component sorter here for your fourth component that you would need to go to this lift. And then on the side, you'd need like a conveyor storage or component storage unit so that anything that did not have your component that you were looking for would get stored. So in case you don't know, I'm going to show you where you can get some of these components. We'll start off here at the wreck of the HMS Northern Star down here by Warwick Homestead. There are raiders at the top of here, but they're low level, easy to take care of. So we're going to run through the boat here, going to run up top, and you're going to find barbells and dumbbells, which is all of which are filled with lead. So we'll just grab all of these right here. The next location is the Federal Supply Cache. This is in the kind of wasted lands or whatever they call them. So you will take rads, but you can run in here. Same thing. Bunch of barbells and dumbbells around to grab, which are all composed of lead. Next, we're going to go over to Hardware Town here. we'll just run in here to Hardware Town. Once again, surprise, surprise, barbells, dumbbells. Why? Where did this guy come from? Okay, you gotta go. Bye. Okay, so these are just, free lead you can pick up. They respawn fairly regularly. Oop, let me take some stuff from my settlers from him, but they respawn fairly regularly. You can, just fast travel through the map and pick these up every a couple of in-game days. So where did you come from? Go away. I'm doing something. Okay. So the next place is not actually on the map. Well, it doesn't have an icon, but you're going to go over here by the railroad headquarters to the Old North Church. And then once we get here, we're just going to run past the Old North Church. And right behind it is this boxing gym. So we'll get in here, pick up all the weights. Obviously, this helps if you have the strong back perk because you will go over the weight limit picking up all the weights, but if you've got the perk, you can still fast travel. So now we are going to go buy some lead, and there's only three places you can buy it. You can go to Good Neighbor right here. You're going to talk to Cleo, and she sells lead. She also sells oil, which is also something that's sometimes hard to find. Just a little FYI. But we'll go over here. We'll get some lead. I always grab the oil from her while I'm here. Of course, just like everybody else, we'll trade her some purified water for it at exorbitant prices. And then from here, we're going to go over to the railroad HQ. We're going to go talk to Tinker Tom. He actually sells a lot of good stuff as well. Usually, I buy everything that he has whenever I go by here. I'm not doing it today since we're just doing this real quick, but the circuitry, the springs, it's all good stuff from him. But we will get the lead from him, give him some water. And then we're going to go to Bunker Hill and talk to Deb. And of course, she's not there, so we're going to have to wait until morning. But these are the three vendors I have found that do sell lead. I think Cricket, the traveling vendor, does as well, but she was killed by raiders in my gameplay, so no getting any lead or anything else from her. But we will get this from Deb, and then we will go find some fertilizer. So with the fertilizer, we're going to start off in the Diamond City Market, and we're going to go over here and talk to Myrna. Now, you can get fertilizer actually twice here because you can get it from Myrna during the day, and then when she goes to bed and Percy the robot comes out at night, he has the same exact shipments as her. So you can get it from Myrna during the day. You can sit down on the little stool there. You can wait, get it from Percy at night. So then we're going to go over here to Finch Farm. We're going to go talk to Daniel Finch, I believe is the one. And he also sells fertilizer. Go in here, talk to him, get some fertilizer from him. He also sells cloth as well, as do the next two places we're going to go. For some reason, I'm always running out of cloth, probably because I don't break down enough like uniforms and things like that. But a lot of times I'll buy cloth off of him as well. But we'll go over here, and from here we're going to go to Grey Garden. We're going to find Supervisor Green, who takes forever to run through his little spiel before you can actually talk to him. Grab some fertilizer from him. And like I said, he also sells like cloth as well if you find yourself in need of it, like I seem to. And then lastly, we're going to go to Abernathy Farms and we're going to talk to Connie, grab fertilizer from her. You can also get it from any place you have a Brahmin, but it doesn't stack up like it should. I've actually got a Brahmin farm and there's never a lot of fertilizer. But those are all the places that you can get lead and fertilizer for the ammunition factory. Feel free to ask in the comments if you have any questions or anything like that. But like I said, I just decided it was something I hadn't seen before, so I might as well show y'all how to do it. Thank you for watching the video. Like I said, this is my first one, so be kind, or if you're gonna be cruel, then at least be funny. Smitty out.